You're talking about size. First of all, thanks for bringing me out. My 13-year-old told me the other day he was excited that he was taller than me. I said, you need bigger goals than that. So he got it. First of all, my name is Sam Carel. I've been here now at Northwestern, starting my third year. Came in a couple years ago, moved in from St. Louis, Missouri. And, you know, listening to the officer speak here just a little while ago, talking about, this is kind of an anecdote or an aside. He's right. I mean, I know everybody sees that, how there isn't a lot of trust now with police officers. And coming in from St. Louis, you see that even more so there. So, very thankful to be in Alva. Very peaceful place. A lot of family, a lot of community. Just love the place. My family loves it. I love it. Just an outstanding place. So anyhow, back to myself. I've been here now. This is my third year here at Northwestern. I'm the son of a fighter pilot. My father flew jets for 27 years. Was in one of the first Iraq wars. I think it was Desert Storm at the time. Grew up all around the country. Born in Mississippi. Lived in West Germany at the time. Lived in the Philippines. Lived around the country. Went to school in Springfield, Missouri, long time ago in 1995. Went to high school in North Carolina, and I left, at the end of high school, I left North Carolina. My family stayed back in Virginia and Carolina, left to go to what is now Missouri State University, and really haven't been home since. Family has been out on the East Coast ever since. Just kind of made my home out in the Midwest in Springfield, St. Louis, Dallas, and now Alva. So I've really enjoyed growing up in the Midwest. I've really cut my teeth in. Spent about 6 years as an assistant at Missouri State University. Used to be Southwest Missouri State. After that, I became the head coach at a junior college just south of St. Louis called Jefferson College. We were fortunate enough to go to the World Series back-to-back years in 2011 and 2012. And in fact, in 2003, was very fortunate to go with Missouri State to the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska, which is one that more people are familiar with that you see on TV on ESPN in June. We lost, didn't spend a lot of time there. We lost to Rice in Miami, and we exited out the door very quickly. After that, after Jefferson, then I've been here in Alva for 3 years. First year, we won 20 games our first year here. Last year, we set the school record with the amount of conference wins. We had 13, fell a game short of going to the postseason. And now this year, we started off, we've already played 19 games, 7, and I've said the same thing, especially after the couple of the weekends that we've played. 7 and 12. We are currently sitting in the middle of the pack for the playoffs. It's really early right now, and we've got 2 more months left in the season. The biggest news we've kind of had here in the last couple months, this is what Skeeter wanted me to come in and speak about, and I'm glad Skeeter graced us with his presence today. Skeeter wanted me to come in and talk about, we had a new project that essentially is just now completed out on Thunderbird Road. The new armory, well, not the new armory, the armory that's been out there for as long as I'm sure a lot of you can remember. We have had the fortune of redoing the armory based off of a gift from a fellow alum who played here in the late 70s, early 80s, a gentleman named Jim Dunning, who played here under Cecil Perkins for a long time. And he gave us a real nice gift this past fall where myself, Brad Franz, went in there and redid the armory to make it an indoor training facility. It's about, very nice, very fortunate, very blessed. It's about 5,400 square feet. I like to move around a little bit, I'm sorry. So 5,400 square feet facility where we were able to put in brand new artificial turf. Same kind of turf that you see out the football field, that you see out there at our infield. Was able to put in 2 state-of-the-art cages where, I don't know how many people are familiar with baseball, but in baseball, one of the things that you practice in is big batting cages. I'm sure, hopefully a lot of us have seen those before. And these cages that we were able to install were what you would see in Major League Baseball. 70-foot long cages. Usually most cages are about 55 feet. 12-foot high and 14-foot wide, which really looks like 2 big tunnels if you will. And those cages we were able to drop them and then also able to suspend them in midair so that other teams can come in and work out on the indoor. Football's been in there already to work out on the indoor. It's a very small complex for football, but they're able to do some things on the turf inside. Soccer's been in there, basketball's worked out in there. So it's a multi-dynamic facility that, with the coordination of myself, Brad Franz, and Skeeter, have been able to put together with one of our alums, obviously giving us a nice financial gift. Outstanding facility. Like I said, we put the 2 cages in. It's got some logos up in there. We're also putting in a brand new training room, and we also have installed a new weight room, which was compliments of Christopher Glass a few years ago. And it's really kind of a facility that is going to be matched by very few programs in the upper Midwest. That's the thing that stood out for me. I'm getting a little fired up. That's the thing, if I get too loud, I'm sorry. That's the thing that stood out for me being here in Alva and at Northwestern. I came in 2.5 years ago for my interview with Andy Carter, the previous AD, and you could see the passion that was here in Alva to win. I've been on teams where we went to 3 World Series, and the passion that we saw in the community right away was infectious. And the passion that you saw on campus was infectious, and with the alums. And when you combine that with obviously the facilities that are out here, it felt like Alva is a great place to come in and really do something, to win. Has it happened yet? Nope. In fact, for a lot of us, it hasn't happened yet. But it is going in that direction. And I'm sure you guys have heard that message from other coaches for a while, and at times that may get the same old story. But winning is almost here. I've seen Ralph out at our games quite a bit. And there may have been a few games I wish he wasn't there to see. But that's right. But it's been good to see a lot of familiar faces that have been out there consistently with the passion and the belief that we're going to win. All of us. All the programs. And you're starting to get the consistency and you're starting to get the energy from a guy like Brad Franz, a Ranger, who's been here for a long time and is now our athletic director. And I always say this with our coaches, and Brad really personifies this. I say this with our coaches. I really believe this. Speed of the leaders equals speed of the team. Brad Franz is a fast leader, and he has really helped the entire team at the department and also within the campus and the university, right, in terms of picking up everybody's speed. It's been a big mantra for us with our program, and it's good to see a guy like Brad Franz who's come in and has done a tremendous job. And you can see the results that are happening with Brad. And for some of you who know Brad, I know you're shaking your head, and you know that he works tireless hours, and sometimes he needs to go home. Don't forget he has a place to live. But he does a great job. In fact, our whole institution is doing a great job. Season. Feel free to interrupt whenever. I like having discussions. Yes, sir.
You've played 19 games so far. What's the total you're supposed to play?
50 is what we're allotted by the NCAA.
Barring weather problem.
Barring weather, that's correct. Usually we'll get all 50 in. Last year we got 49. The nice thing about the turf is, unless it is actually raining or snowing, we're able to play. So, and even if and this has happened before, we're supposed to go on the road to play certain opponents, and if they've got bad weather, we're able to work it out where they can come up here and play because of the turf. So it's a great commodity, especially in baseball. Yes, sir.
Sam, I like your enthusiasm.
Thank you. Sometimes I get really loud.
I like your sarcasm because it fits right in with the club tradition.
I like this group.
And
we'll get you an application.
And you can't be too loud for this club because most of us are hard of hearing.
I was at Rotary before, and I was really sorry. I know we don't talk about Rotary in here, but I was at Rotary and I was really loud, and people commented on that before. But I'll try to be a little quieter with them tomorrow. I'm doing the circuit this week. Yes,
I've got a non-baseball question for you.
Sure.
Curiosity: how come they turn the stadium lights on about 5:15, 5:30 in the morning?
Because of practice, we'll work out in there in the morning at times.
Down on the stadium football.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
I'm always running around by that time, and all of a sudden I see these lights coming on.
It's always been tradition. I don't know why, and especially those who played athletics know this. There's this idea of let's get you up early in the morning, 5:30. Let's create a little discipline, get you up and get you moving, and work out in the morning. Part of the reason I like to do it, honestly, is that it kind of forces guys to get to bed earlier the night before, you know, and usually we all know this, when they get to bed and the night before, a little bit earlier, less chances for kids being kids that night. So that's why we like kind of going in the morning.
Do the lights have to be on to warm up before you can get out there? Does it take 20 minutes or
Yeah,
just flip them on or something? Or?
Roughly 20 is what it'll take. So, you know, and in the mornings, if you're doing running and conditioning, even if they're not fully lit right away when you go, that's fine. You know, now when you're obviously moving baseballs, footballs, whatever around, then that's a different story for sure.
What's your record so far?
7-12. We were out at Panhandle yesterday, which I have come to believe if that was the last place on the world to coach for me, I would resign and would never go out there. So,
We got him. He's a Ranger.
That's right. With all that dust out there too, I feel like I got to brush my teeth and take a shower when the game is over. Oh my God! We played out there last year. We had a 30-minute dust storm delay because you could see the dust out in the horizon out in New Mexico, I reckon, coming out there, and we had to stop for about 30 minutes, and then that wasn't a good finish. But I was glad to get out of there. Absolutely.
Sam, it's great to have you. We'd remember if we could, and if not, we wish you the very best anyway. And come and see us anytime. Sam, Carel.
Thank you.
Carel.
Thank you, buddy.